Good morning. Today we are going to discuss the economic theory of law, which is being propounded by Karl Marx. But actually, when we discuss about theory of law, we see that the proponents, the jurists, they define the law, they speak about law and all, and they tell about the definition first of law. But Karl Marx has not given the definition of law. He has used the concept of law with the help of what? Communism. Karl Marx was a professor of jurisprudence. After that, he rejected his professorship and he became journalist. Okay, he has written a book. His theory is in his book called as Das Kapital. Okay, now his Communist Manifesto, it is considered to be the Bible of communism. So he has not defined the law. He has explained only the nature of the law. Okay, now what are the basic principle of Karl Marx? Karl Marx he was a very much practical. Okay, therefore he has given economic determination of law in a superstructure or an economic system. Economic facts are independent and they are antecedent to the law. He says that while law came into existence to help the capitalist, to help the higher people, to help the higher classes. Okay, now it means what he is telling, he is giving a class character to the law. He says law is an instrument used by the economic rulers to keep the masses in subjection. Masses means the common man, the common people. Therefore, what is the nature of law? Nature of law is what? It is a tool in the hands of majority. It in the hands of majority means those people who are governing, who are controlling the society. Tool in the hands of majority to keep the masses in subjection. Law is an instrument used by the economic rulers to keep the masses in subjection. Okay, it means what is the identity of the law and the state. He has explained about the state also. What is identity? State came into existence as soon as there was unequal distribution of commodities. According to him, there are always unequal distribution of commodities. Once the inequality is created, state is being formed, law is being formed. Law is a means of capitalist minority which is to be used to preserve their power or to increase their power. Therefore, when he says tool in the hands of majority, at the same time he says that it is being used to preserve and increase the powers by whom? By the capitalist minority. Means in the whole country there will be capitalists, a class who are haves. Haves means all the things are with them in abundance, and these minority people will govern the whole country. They will govern the political institution also, which is formed on majority rule. Okay, therefore he calls it as tool in the hands of majority, because law can be used, law is made by them. If they are having majority in the parliament, then they can make any kind of law. Like that views are there of Karl Marx. He explained his theory with the help of dialectical materialism. Dialectic means what? Discussion. He says that growth of civilization is always in a zigzag manner, like a ship is tackling against the unfavorable wind. Like that, the civilization has grown with the help of contrast, with the help of negation, and with the help of contradiction. He says there will be theses. Immediately there will be antitheses, and thereafter there will be synthesis. He has very much given materialistic interpretation of history. He says all fundamental historical changes are determined by the mode of production or economic forces. Means he has divided the history into different stages. The first stage is what? Primitive stage. He says in the primitive stage, the means of production were owned by community. All the people were the owners of the things which are there in the society. It was of the society itself, because those means of production were very less, were very meager. At that time, there were no classes. Man was nomad. He used to use the things and go away further. He used to keep the things for the rest to come. The persons who will come after him, they can use it. At that time, there was no mine and thine. Therefore, in a primitive society, the means of production were less. Therefore, at that time, there was no inequality. There was no concept of law also, state also, in a primitive stage. Now, the second stage is what? The ancient stage, when man got developed, society got developed, people got civilized, and at that time the classes emerged. And the first class which emerged in the ancient time was master and slaves. Master was having everything, all the rights over the slaves, and the slaves were having no kind of rights. Okay. The second stage is what? The feudal stage, where landlords and landless people are there. That is feudal baron and feudal serf. Landlords are there who are having lots of land, abundance of land, and landless people are there who are not having any kind of land. They are just workers. They are working in the field. Okay. Therefore, here also class is there, exploitation is there. The last stage, according to him, when he was there, that was a capitalist stage. That is, one class will be capitalist and the other class will be workers. The capitalists are haves and the workers are have-nots. The capitalists are going to exploit the workers. Therefore, he is creating a picture that there are always two classes. One is at the higher side, the other is at the lower side, and the higher class is exploiting the lower class. Okay. Now, with the help of this materialistic interpretation, he has also mentioned about concentration of capital. He says that the capital will be concentrated in the hands of few people who are at the higher sides. He says that haves and have-nots. Haves will have everything in abundance, while have-nots will not have anything. They will suffer in the hands of haves. Rich will become richer and the poor is going to become poorer. Therefore, the capital is going to concentrate in few hands, in the economic capitalist people. Okay. Now, with the help of concentration of capital, what they are going to do? They are going to exploit the poor people, that is the workers at his time. Okay. Now, at the same time, he explains the doctrine of surplus value. Doctrine of surplus value. What is that? He says that capitalist people are exploiting the workers. They are not giving them the proper wages. The money which is in the hands of the capitalists should be given, must be given to the workers, but they have not given. This is a surplus value in the hand of capitalists. The owners of the surplus value are the workers. In his book, he has mentioned about this theory. This concept of surplus value shows the exploitative nature of capitalism. It is a source of economic exploitation. And hereafter, what he is telling? He is telling, see, he is telling the workers, see, the capitalists, they are having everything. They are squeezing you. They are exploiting you. Therefore, come forward and we will have a class war. Therefore, he has given the doctrine of class war. You have to revolt. If you revolt, then you will get rights. See, the slavery was abolished because there was a class war. The workers, the field workers, that is the feudal serf, landless people, they got land because they had a class war, according to Karl Marx. Okay. Therefore, he is telling the workers also to come forward and have a class war. And once the class war takes place, the classes will be removed, and then you will come in powers. The laborers will come in powers, and once they come in powers, there will be no need of exploitation because they will never exploit the other. They have come through exploitation, and communism will be established then. Labor will be paid according to the actual work. Each will get according to his ability and each according to his need, and therefore the society, when the communist society is there, it will be satisfied. And therefore, there will be no need of law and the state, because law and state are of exploitative character. He states about withering away of law and state, because there is no need of exploitation now. Therefore, no need of these two tools also. These are the views of Karl Marx. Karl Marx has been criticized. Why he has been criticized? Because state is there today also. Law is there today also. It means law and state have not withered away. It means law and state are not of exploitative character. State not withering, because state is not obstructive but useful. As Karl Marx had stated about class war done by the slaves and all, actually class war was not there. It was law which abolished the slavery. Okay. Now when he speaks about theory of surplus value, he is flattering the role of workers. He is not seeing through the eyes of the businessman, the entrepreneur, the risk which he is taking. Okay, he is having his own ideas, he is putting his capital, his role is also important, but he is not seeing the role of the businessman. He is giving importance to the workers, so he is flattering the role of workers. Workers are there, they are important, they must be given proper wages and all, they should not be exploited, that is there. But as Karl Marx has mentioned, it is like one-sided. He is only seeing through the workers. Therefore, the concept of surplus value is misleading, the concept of class war is misleading, and mostly the materialistic interpretation of history which he has done, that is also very much wrong. He has much given importance to economic factors only. Actually, non-economic factors are also important in the society. Man gives importance to those factors also, like religion is there, language is there. These aspects are very much important. So just giving importance to materialistic aspect or economic aspect is not proper. Okay, this is the theory of Karl Marx. Here we complete economic theory of law. Okay, bye bye. See you in the next video.